There once was a man named Tell It To Me, Dan. He was nothing like me or you, 'cause laying back and absorbing crap was all he cared to do. As a kid, he sat in the cellar, reading John Birch magazines, and he knew Westbrook Pegler wouldn't lie to you and me. And when he read The Fountainhead, he thought he'd found the truth. So he proceeded down the rabbit hole where he would spend his tender youth. He tried L. Ron's Dianetics, but the E-meter wouldn't move. Von Donigan's Chariots of the Gods were cool, but he couldn't find the groove. Velikovsky's Worlds in Collision were neat, but the timeline didn't fit. He looked into pyramidology, but even he knew that was shit. But all the internet surfing left him with something in the back of his mind. The world was run by an evil cabal, and that was something that he could find. Then he heard of a cat named Baba Fats who could expose the evil cabal. But Fats was now an internet cat behind a firewall. But hell, says Dan, I'm a stubborn man. I'll climb or fly or crawl and find that Garo who'll give me a clue to the truth behind it all. So he sits down at his computer, following one link at a time, down paths no man could follow, that twisted without reason or rhyme. For 13 years he tried site after site, and back to reality he'd fall. He'd sit and cry and try again, pursuing links that would tell it all. He ground down his teeth, his eyes turned blood red. He was aching and shaking and weak. He sat on his ass till his legs atrophied and his blood pressure was at its peak. And his eyes popped wide like a stalking cat, and he snarled and grinned like a rat. For there on its screen, on a background of green, sat the godlike Baba Fats. What's happening, Fats? Says Dan to the man. I've come to state my biz. I hear you know who runs the show. Please tell me who that is. For you can see, says Dan to he, that I'm about to lose it all. So for my last download, Fats, can I expose the Great Cabal? Well, dog my cats, says Baba Fats. It's another burned-out soul who's looking for some internet link to turn bullshit into gold. But you won't find it in some hidden link or on a dark web hypershelf. Son, if you would seek the truth, take science and reason unto yourself. Why, you jive motherfucker, screams Dan. I've searched the web for years. My bloodshot eyes can hardly see, and there's a ringing in my ears. I've worn out the fingers on my hands. I can hardly stand to piss. Then you tell me the truth is in myself? What kind of shit is this? My ears, before headphones made them deaf, had heard all kinds of crap. But I didn't surf the net all those years just to hear your sophomore rap. And I don't want to hear that conspiracies are just the right-wing passing gas. I know where you live, so give up the cabal, or I'll kill your Guru ass. Okay, says Baba Fats, since you forced me to go on. There's a prophet on the internet who's known as QAnon. From TV towers and satellites, through podcasts like X22, from Fox and Newsmax mindless drones, wisdom can come to you. And just when you think you've heard it all, they'll pull something out of their ass, like the world is run by George Soros, or Joe Biden finished last. And he who listens carefully will know what's behind it all, for the story moves like a tidal wave. Then it hits you in the balls. But the net also has two giants who stand 12 cubits high. With all-seeing eyes and oversized heads, they'll wait for you to come by. They'll say their science and reason, and they'll beg you to give them a try. They'll lay out proofs and peer review, but you'd best pass them by. To hell with proof and logic, laughed Dan. I'll believe in what no man can see. And as long as QAnon goes on, there is still hope for me. And with tears of joy in his bloodshot eyes, Dan bid the Garo goodbye. He logged out of Baba's cloud and into the right-wing sky. Well, that is that, said Baba Fats, sitting back down on his throne, facing another 1,000 years of texting God alone. Lord type Fats, it's always the same. Old men or bright-eyed youth. It's always easier to sell 'em some shit than it is to tell 'em the truth.